Welcome to this information film, which will provide you with a general introduction to safety offshore. We want to help generate a positive attitude towards safe behavior. Our goals are no damage to health, no damage to the environment, a safe workplace. Having received this information and a general tour of the installation, you should understand the HSE attitudes which are expected. You should also know how to apply procedures and guidelines in your everyday work.
Procedures have been developed to ensure offshore safety. They have been created to make sure no one injures themselves or their colleagues or causes damage to the environment or to property. You can compare these procedures to traffic regulations and rules of the road. To avoid undesired incidents, everyone needs to know and respect the rules and regulations. Understanding the rules and procedures in place offshore is at least as important as respecting priority roads, right-of way and stop signs as in traffic onshore. Designing good and safe procedures is a continuous process. New experiences and new technology contribute to making procedures safer and more effective.
Let's take a closer look at how the safety work is organized on an installation.
On all major installations, there is a central control room. The central control room is the brain where operations are coordinated and important decisions are made. Management keeps an overview of all work and organizes it so that safety is ensured for every job. Management is also responsible for keeping procedures and guidelines updated and available to the crew. Most jobs on the installation require a work permit. Whatever your task, your actions will involve and have consequences for others. WPs ensure that you and your colleagues stay safe. One of the most important procedures offshore is the SHA, Safe Job Analysis. This is a tool we use for jobs that present a potential risk. Everyone involved in the job meet to receive information on their assignments while trying to identify elements of risk that may not have been considered. It is vital that no questions go unanswered during such a session. Remember that in this context, there are no stupid questions. Special training in WPs and SHAs will be provided before you start working. Potentially dangerous situations can be eliminated by work permits and SHAs. With these systems to help you, you can be certain that the job you are about to perform doesn't conflict with other work on the installation. But remember, you are responsible for ensuring that the job is done safely. The Safety Deputy is the employee's representative for health, safety and environment issues. The Safety Deputy is in contact with local management and can be contacted about work environment issues. Everyone working on an installation is responsible for contributing to increased safety. That is why all incidents must be reported. Reporting incidents or unsafe conditions is a significant part of the work involved in improving work routines and procedures, so we can avoid similar situations in the future.
This is a broad outline of how work is organized on the installation. There are also instructions and guidelines that apply to you personally.
On the installation, you will receive a personal safety handbook containing the most general instructions and guidelines for safety on the installation. Let's take a look at some of them now. If someone falls overboard or you discover a fire or notice gas, you shout fire or gas or man overboard. Then you call the emergency number 112. You can find the emergency number in the safety handbook and on alarm instructions. Activation of the general alarm indicates that something has gone wrong. It could mean that someone has been injured, that there is a gas leak, or some other incident classified as less serious has happened. This is the general alarm. When you hear it, you must get to the muster area as quickly as possible. Before you go to the muster area, make sure to secure your work area to prevent further unnecessary incidents. When the alarm sounds, pay attention and listen for instructions over the PA system. This is the prepare to evacuate alarm. This means you should prepare for evacuating the installation. Follow the signs and yellow marked escape ways directly to your lifeboat. Remember to report to the lifeboat captain when you arrive at the muster station. All installations have a lot in common. Escape routes are indicated by yellow stripes or fluorescent signs on the deck. They point the way to the muster area and lifeboats. Make sure you're familiar with the alarm instructions for the installation you're on. You'll find the alarm instructions posted in central locations on board. On some installations, you'll find an escape mask in your quarters. Escape masks have filters that help you get through smoke-filled areas unharmed. In the event of an evacuation, it is important to put on your survival suit. If you can't make it back to your cabin to get your own survival suit, they are also available at the lifeboat stations. Your survival suit will help you stay afloat and keep warm longer should you end up in the water. Evacuation methods vary somewhat between installations. You will find, among other things, bridges, helicopters, lifeboats, and life rafts. Other personal safety equipment includes helmet, glasses, flame-retardant coveralls, safety shoes, and gloves. You will receive information about first aid lockers and eye wash stations, as well as firefighting and life-saving equipment during the general tour after you arrive on the installation.
Finally, a suggestion. Read through your personal safety handbook to be prepared in case of emergency. It is always a good idea to consider in advance how you would handle such a situation should it arise. 3 meals are served every day on the installation, not including coffee breaks. Production runs 24 hours a day, and the night shift crew usually has breakfast at dinner time. The cafeteria offers a broad selection of dishes to satisfy different needs. Even if you work a lot when you are offshore, installations offer numerous recreational activities for the crew.
Cinemas, internet, and libraries. There are lots of things to do, and you can find out where in your personal safety handbook. Keeping in shape and staying active while offshore is important. The exercise room is open 24 hours a day, a great opportunity for both strength and cardiovascular training. If you get sick or injured, help is readily available. In most situations, you can receive treatment in the local platform hospital. There are several smoking rooms. Smoking is only allowed where indicated by the sign "Smoking Permitted." Consequences can be extreme if you light a cigarette or use an open flame anywhere other than in designated areas.
The industry wants you to understand how important it is to have a positive attitude towards safe working practices. We have selected a few focus areas where this is of the utmost importance.
There are procedures and guidelines for all operations on an installation. Some operations clearly entail more risk than others and can therefore create dangerous situations. Be especially aware when you are in the vicinity of lifting and crane operations. There's often work at height offshore. Tools and other equipment can fall down. Follow the guidelines that have been developed for working at height. This may involve securing equipment, setting up safety nets and/or erecting barriers below the work area. Gas leaks present a great risk to personnel and property and may result in serious fires. So be especially careful when working with pipes or receptacles containing gas. One gas leak is one too many. Follow the procedures and contribute to reducing incidents to zero. Chains or tape is used to block off restricted areas. Even if there seems to be no activity in a blocked-off area, do not cross the barrier. There may be work at height or lifting operations underway, or equipment presenting a risk of radiation may be in use. We want to highlight the importance of good order and housekeeping in order to reduce risk. Examples are objects left behind after a job, slippery floors, or hazardous chemicals. The same applies to your cabin. 9 out of 10 people working with safety say that a positive environment can be a significant safety factor.
It is important that you keep your surroundings clean and tidy when you are on an installation. Sorting recyclables is important for reasons of welfare, environment, and safety. Nothing should be thrown in the sea or disposed of in any other random places. Finally, we are going to take a look at some of the IT security guidelines.
The organization's IT equipment shall only be used as described in the organization's work regulations or for performing work stipulated by contract. All other uses are prohibited. Here are some of the most important guidelines for IT security. Equipment that is to be connected to the network needs a written approval from the installation's IT manager. Do not share your personal password with others. Do not open email attachments from people you don't know. If you suspect the computer has a virus, stop working immediately. Log off, but don't turn off the machine. Contact the IT manager. Finally, it is important that everyone take responsibility for reporting information regarding security violations and suspicions of security breaches. Be aware and notify IT management should you observe something suspicious.
Today, offshore safety is very good, but reducing the risk of unwanted incidents is a continuous effort. The procedures, permits, and reporting schemes are tools developed so that you can do your job safely. Please follow those guidelines carefully. A shortcut that may seem innocent at the time could be one of several mistakes happening simultaneously. This may have severe consequences. We also hope that you will actively contribute to improving offshore safety even further. If you experience uncomfortable or hazardous situations, report them. We want all personnel to have a good workplace that is safe. With that in mind, we would like to wish you a safe stay on the installation and a safe return to those waiting for you at home.